Friends, everyone likes success. Everyone loves success. But for success, for the successful people, you have to walk in a different way. You have to move alone. If you follow the crowd, you cannot reach at your success or the desired goal. John Goddard, an American explorer, adventurous, lecturer, writer. When he was 15-year-old, he enlisted 127 goals in Los Angeles. And to his surprise and to our surprise, he accomplished 109 out of 127 goals when he was around 58. This was due to his own aims and objective, and he didn't follow anybody else. He didn't allow to go on his dream or the desire. What he decided, he worked on that with confidence, determination, and discipline. Because crowd will not have any definite direction. There are different approaches in the crowd. And if you are in the crowd, it's not feasible to reach your destiny. Not only John Goddard, Albert Einstein, he gave the theory of relativity, a special theory of relativity. Before the Albert Einstein, now mass of an object was supposed to be a constant. But it was Albert Einstein who gave the theory that the mass of an object changes with velocity. And he introduced the formula m is equal to m0 divided by root under 1 minus b square by c square, where m is the mass of the body if it is moving with the velocity v. m0 rest mass, that is the mass of the body at rest, and c a speed of light. Now also he introduced mass energy equivalence. E is equal to delta m into c square, where E is the energy, delta m is the change in mass of the body, which is called the mass defect, and c a speed of light being equal to 3 into 10 power 8 meter per second in vacuum. Albert Einstein walked through life alone. He was with his unique thinking. He was focused. He gave complete dedication. What he thought, what he loved, what he liked. And what was predicted by Albert Einstein, it was confirmed after 100 years, gravitational waves. Mahatma Gandhi was unique. He walked alone, who moved alone. He didn't care for anybody else. He went on to fast, and he also believed in the constructive works. He took the cause of the Indian people and struggled to make India free with the philosophy Satya, Ahimsa, Prem. The principle of non-cooperation, civil disobedience movement, request no force, just to go for the Swadeshi, boycott the foreign goods. All these were his unique philosophy, and he walked alone. He didn't care for anybody else. And ultimately, he succeeded in making India a free nation. Nelson Mandela, he also struggled a lot for the cause of the blacks in South Africa. Newton, Newton was in solitude. He was alone. एप्पल ट्री के नीचे बैठे हुए, and the apple fell down. He thought, why this apple could not go up? Instead of standing from the branches of the apple tree, why the apple descends? And he gave the very famous law, Newton's law of gravitation. Thomas Alva Edison, he walked alone. He never think of any crowd, but he thought it better to focus or concentrate. And according to one saying, Thomas Alva Edison felt 9,999 times before the electrical bulb could be discovered. When there was a fire in his factory, he was also very firm. All his family members were shattered. But now, Edison shit. Well, all my mistakes burnt. I have to start afresh. That was the vision of life. And this vision of life is possible when you don't care to any group of the people. What the people are telling about you. Whether they have claps for you or not, does not matter. Normally people claps when the show begins. But now, we focus on your work when nobody is watching you. That is the real task. That is integrity on the part of the individual. Confucius, Socrates, Confucius was a Chinese philosophy, and his philosophy was for the social cause of the education. He was for the Western philosophy. It's because Confucius did not listen to anybody else. He listened to his own conscience, believed in his own mindset, cared to his own words and promises. Once the promise is made and you dedicate to realize the promise into reality, the task becomes easy and accessible. So was on the part of the Confucius. And there is another genius, Socrates, Sukrat. He was in the age of before Christ, a dad in day back to 399 BC. He also went against the established traditions. He was also charged for his right cause. But he didn't hesitate in taking poison, that he was formed and he focused. All the great men began their journey alone. They succeeded because the journey was theirs, a struggle was theirs, learning was theirs, successes were theirs. So nobody missed in the crowd because the crowd believes in comforts, believes in wasting time. When you don't care to anybody else, when you don't care to any comments, neither. If you believe in sharing or a comment on what are the views on your ideas, that that is the true beauty of your personality for which you are made. Everyone is not meant for mountains. Many of us will have to sleep on the ground floor. So, believe that walking alone is a chance to focus yourself, to dedicate yourself, to form with your resolution what dream you have made must be realized. This is possible only when you are alone, move alone, walk alone, think alone, act alone, without caring to your surroundings. So never do think that walking alone to reject anybody else or not to care to any comments. Rather, walking alone, believing in yourself is a chance to realize your beauty, your creation, your ideas realized to be in some creation. Oh, there are many singers. We can think of the Lata Mangeshkar. Lata Mangeshkar was a legend. He contributed a lot to the music. And she was not recognized only in India. Rather, she was recognized in the world. But remember, Lata Mangeshkar began her journey as a singer alone. No friend, no one. Elon Musk also was to sleep on the ground floor of his company. But now think of the Elon Musk. He has contributed a lot. Steve Jobs, he was expelled of his own company, but never he compromised with his ideas, never cared to anybody else, but he believed in his own energy. He brought his own insight, and so there is a success. So there is a big list of other people, the personalities, genius, legendary figures who walked alone, never gave up what they liked, what they realized to be true, never left the discipline, because discipline is the best friend. And when you are alone, you are the best friend for yourself. So friends, believe in your thinking, believe in your action, believe in your dream, because thought, your words, your actions, watch your words, watch your actions, watch your attitude, and do the big thing. So never regret you to walk alone. To walk alone is an opportunity to give the best of your inner potential, and this way you will live, name, fame, creations for the generation to come. So believe in your strength, potential, set a target, have a mission, and integrity to run alone with dedication, focus, concentration, resolution, discipline, faith to realize your dream into reality.